So this is the 5300 Club pool, built in 1958, 65,000 gallons. So I just wanted to document the challenges and the adventure of taking care of a pool of this age. You can see that even though it's an older pool, the inside has been redone. We got it replastered 3 years ago now. And so whenever we did that, we also added a tanning ledge up here. We added steps so that people with mobility issues could get into and out of the pool. So I think that was a great addition. It was a little bit of a stretch on our budget, but it was well worth doing it. So this end is 3 feet deep, and so it used to be that small kids, you know, they had to have a life jacket or some floaties or something like that. But now families can sit here on the ledge and little kids can splash around and mom and dad can watch them. But it's looking pretty good. We're about halfway through the season. So I just wanted to start documenting a little bit about what goes on here at the pool and share it with the neighborhood or anybody else that wants to watch. We did get new coping when the pool was redone. You'll see that in places it's a different height than the coping, and so we've had to go back and do some work there in order to smooth it out, because according to the city, they don't like to have any trip points or anything like that. So, and we agree. This part needs to be redone. It came unstuck. I think this was the first part that our friend Alex did, and didn't have the process down yet, but everything else looks good. New this year, all this beautiful concrete back here and our retaining wall, poured in place retaining wall, all of that got redone right before we opened. Great concrete contractor came over and ripped the old out, smoothed everything out, and poured new concrete in about 48 hours. It was pretty amazing. So yeah, this is our mural wall here. We had that done whenever we had the pool resurfaced, and I think it's a great addition to the pool. And we got a new cabana this year. So let me zoom in on that. There we go. This is the check-in area, and also where the attendant can sit in there and sell snacks to kids and everything else. So this is our pool house over here. This is men's locker room, women's locker room, very modest. So we are supported by the neighborhood. We are open for memberships. Memberships are really the best way to support us. We do have a day rate as well too for adults and kids if people just want to come in and hang out for the day. But really the memberships are what keep us going. That's how we pay the lifeguards and the pool attendants. That's how we do improvements like the new concrete back there and all of that. And we have wonderful donors as well too that help out quite a bit. So this pool's been around since 1958, and so we've had quite a few generations come through here. And by the end of the season, we're hoping to do like a reunion as well too. People that used to work here, people that used to go here, come by and tell us stories and everything else. So stay tuned for that. We'll see if we can get that done. We are volunteer run. I run the operations. My wife runs the membership with her friend Lindsay. But yeah, we're not paid for anything like that. We just live in the neighborhood just right down the street, and just want to have this as a space in the neighborhood for people to come and hang out and get to know your neighbors and everything else. So this is our pump house, and I'll do a pump house tour probably in the next episode. I'm not great at this YouTube thing or whatever this ends up being, but I thought I'd share a little bit. I did find these vintage loungers on Marketplace, so I snapped those up and brought them here. They could probably afford to be refinished. There's a coating called Penetrol that you can put on them to make them shiny again. You can do that with Eames chairs. And so I might do that to these at some point as well too, just to make them shiny again. We have this top deck up here, and I'll go ahead and walk you over there. So this top deck is sort of a unique space that we need to do more with whenever we get the time and the budget in order to do it. So we'll go up these steps. Here we go. Yeah, it's like it's sort of a comma-shaped area, concrete area. It's very unique. It's very cool. I think that this probably used to have wood in between the concrete pads, and so that was a really cool look. You see, it's a little bit broken down. And we'd like to get it either restored or redone, pretty much just like, as it is. But again, budget and time, that's part of it. These old loungers, these are actually brown Jordan loungers. These are actually a mid-century classic. It's just that they're not in the greatest shape. So at some point as well, maybe for a video, I'll take these straps off, get these powder coated, put straps back on. And you can see that we have the matching brown Jordan chairs also, another Marketplace find. I found I think about 6 of these on Marketplace with the little side tables. So that was cool. And then I've got a little outdoor table here too that I picked up this year, and with little rocking chairs. And you'll see that this is, I believe this is powder coated under the spray paint, the black spray paint. And so I'll probably take some citrus strip or something, some sort of not very strong stripper to the spray paint, see if I can get that off without harming the powder coat. And if I can do that, this table is the right color already, that aqua color. And so if I'm able to get it off without harming the powder coat, that would be a big win. But if not, I'll just spray paint it like I did the little tables. So tetherball pole over here. Oh, and last year we also put up hammock poles here. That's what these are, these 3 black poles here. We used to have a roof over our outdoor space here. It did come down, I think about 5 years ago or so. And so since then we actually had to replace these beams on this side, and we need to do it on the other side as well too. But we have these Doug fir beams that we put in, which is what the original spec called for. And then we had the sunshades as well too. This one, I always order the same size, but for some reason I've ordered probably about 4 of them, and the newer ones are bigger or end up being bigger for whatever reason. And so the one further away from the camera over there, that's a 14 by 16. I went ahead and ordered a smaller one this time when the other one ripped due to a storm with high winds that blew through the area. So probably whenever this one's ready to replace, I'll order a 14 by 16 for her as well too. You'll see that I had to use a little bit of chain there in order to make up the difference in that 14 by 16. But I just order them off Amazon, and I've been pretty happy with them. This one is sagging a little bit, but I guess it still provides shade. It's just not my favorite look. And you'll see that this side as well has the beams as well, but they've kind of been patched and stuff like that, and you can see that this is a little rough on top, so probably these beams need to be replaced. I think that those we replaced in 2020 at the height of COVID, with lumber prices being outrageous, so it was pretty spendy, but one of them came down in a storm, so we had to replace it. But that side is pretty nice and secure and straight and everything now. This side still needs help, so we'll probably do that at some point. Let me go back around. It's a outdoor lamp that doesn't work anymore. I think that was probably a gas lamp, but I'm not sure. But we don't really use it for anything. And down the steps, and you'll see the steps have a little bit of concrete work that they need as well. And then I'm going to turn around here and show you this. This is the original block. It has this diamond pattern, and I found the original ad for these diamond blocks online, but they're just awesome. One of my favorite features here, these unique diamond pattern blocks that make up the entire wall. Over here there is some damage here because I think that this top deck in the winter it gets soaked, and for whatever reason the drainage up there doesn't work, and so we have this big crack here that runs the whole width of it here. So at some point we've got to get up there and put in maybe a French drain or something like that, and then also I have some extras of those blocks, so I can at least repair this part of it. I did talk to our concrete guy that did the deep end, the area around the deep end that I showed earlier. He's saying that we need a drain down here, so we'll probably put in some sort of drainage up there at the top, have a drain that comes out the bottom just so that water doesn't get trapped back there and freeze and bulge that wall out more. But here's where the pool attendant sits. Here's the chips. We got a refrigerator over here with popsicles and Cokes and snacks and all that sort of stuff. We got pool toys. We don't buy them. People just leave them here. So we just rack them up and let anybody use them. And then I'll end on this. This is our original 1958 lifeguard stand, built out of solid tubular steel. We painted it pink a couple years ago. And then this year we redid the paint on the sunshade up there. So new white paint on the sunshade, and then somebody was nice enough in the neighborhood to take one of our ripped sunshades and cut a circle out of it and whip stitch it around the perimeter and get that all nice and pretty and ready for some more summer fun. So we also put up our flags this year. We had colorful ones earlier in the season, and then put up red, white, and blue for the 4th of July. So I really want to do a mural on this wall. And so I might do that. That might be another video that I do. But we had added these privacy panels as well. But I am locked up and ready to go for the night. Oh, yeah, in our flamingo farm here. So we have some plantings here. Nice collection of flamingos in blue and in white. And we have this yucca that I love, that I wish I would have put at my house instead, but it's just been happy here the entire time and just grown into this huge, beautiful yucca. And it kind of keeps people from jumping over the fence at night and stuff like that too. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I'll walk you outside and show you the exterior, and that's it. We did a little bit of work. We had a bunch of gravel out here that we had to dig up, and so we have a bunch of buckets of gravel here that need to be hauled away. But this is what the outside of the building looks like. Our little free library in front. There's our fence. And that's it. Thanks for watching.